Oi, good morning. Bit late for me. I've just had my shower fixed. Like I say, I often start these things right down to earth on what's happening in my life. And I'm also starting I'm just going to put the date to obviously keep a record. And so I can identify different videos. And if people write to me and whatever, say, well, on Wednesday, as it is today, 1st of August, hi, at 7:08 a.m. that should be, but anyway, hi, blessed Raj, and then just go with the flow. I've been looking at various other things on Facebook. Amazing. They've got this thing now, and congratulate them, Facebook Watch. So there's people who obviously monitor what people are putting up there, and then they share it. And you can click to say, if you like what's being said and click on a little box and you'll be given other notifications of other things. Really good, positive things. New scientific discoveries. Okay. So it's like we all know there's a lot of rubbish on there, and we still got that. People that are just using it as a dating thing, which is fine. But some of us, it's like there's two camps. We're not into that, I'm going to spend hours talking. I'm being sarcastic now to someone in the other side of the world who is obviously just trying to, or are they, because that's another point, connect up for a relationship. There's a lot of scam going on. It's easy. Just a quick tip. I've shared this before. Someone makes a contact to you, fine. Straight away respond to have a video chat. Now, they might not be able to enter into a video chat at that time, but if they are somebody purporting to be something they're not, they realise, we'll leave him. Pimps trying to hustle people for work for their clients. Well, it's not really their clients, but the people they whatever are. So they put up a picture of a semi-clad beautiful woman, but it isn't them who's actually doing it. It's a man. At times I've done that. Freaks them out. But I had one woman, I shared this in yesterday's. Why are you trying to video this mailer? Talk to me. I'm at work. Think that one through. Well, if you're at work, this is just some kind of entertainment for you because you're bored. Right? You're typing on your typewriter and whatever, and every now and then just send a few words. Yeah, how are you? Right? I've got more things than we all have, right, to do with our time. Things are hotting up, kiddies, right? Whether you're into the prophetic side of it, reappearance of the next world avatar, whatever, the end of the world and all this. Oh, yeah, there's this thing about this film, which I saw myself, but it sort of left you up in the air how it will end, right? Well, of course, that's a load of excrement. No one knows that. Right to the very last imp, it's up to us. It's not set in stone. That is, if you like, God's mercy. We can change. We can change what could possibly happen. We do create our own reality, individually and collectively. Again, that's karma. We are indirectly causing it. And when we take responsibility for that, not get self-righteous, it's the things, their fault, it's the Jews, no, it's all of us. If we go to the Great Invocation, which is purported by various groups, organisations, whatever, the wording is from the centre, one of the stanzas, right? And those that know about the Great Invocation and know, well, I could do it. Prayer, right? Great Invocation. There's a hint, isn't it? This is the Great Invocation for those, and you should start everything with prayer. I'm just getting a boot up the backside, right? The Great Invocation. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. From the centre where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. This is the stanza. From the centre, which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. Bit of overtone there thrown in. Now that prayer has what's called stanzas, but it's more of a scientific wording. I missed out a bit. May Christ return to earth. And this is linked with the stanza to do with love. From the centre, from the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. Better do it on because of this Freudian slip. Now, the Christ there can be an avatar, but it's also in many systems of knowledge a term for a spiritual office or realization. Jesus was Christed. And the analogy given in the Bible was, as he is being baptized, it's given as symbolic, the dove descended upon him. Esoteric teachings, various Rosicrucians, whatever, all have a interpretation of what Christed means. So it's not just an office. There is an avatar, Jesus Christ, which probably does have some symbolism there. Many people say, that Christ is special. He is, in the context, he's one of the most recent avatars. So it's like if you look into the succession of avatars, you go into the Bhagavad Gita and you're studying Krishna as an avatar, but then you'll see the many other manifestations of Krishna in previous incarnations, and that Krishna's come as a fish, Krishna's come at whatever, many things. So you see, it's an evolving concept. And it can't take a lot of, you're not going to get into a big argument about it, but just in a scientific looking at it, well, if Jesus Christ was the most recent avatar, but was he? Again, see, we should be Sai Baba is accredited with having avataric understanding, realization, and many religious saints could be argued had a Christed capacity. Now, that's got you interested. Right. Greater things than me, this is Christ speaking, will you do in my name. A challenge to all of us. You can do miracles if it's appropriate. And that is what was given to the disciples that then became apostles. Don't worry about what you've got to say, for I will give you the words to speak. So it's like this now, what I'm doing now. The Holy Spirit can prompt and does prompt you. Because you put a thought up, what do I need to say? And the words, and you're given, you're just inspired. There's no voice in your head. For some people it can manifest that way at first. You get me? So there is this guiding voice which you hear and then you repeat. That's just part of the process. And eventually the two become as one. But you know it's not you. That it's your higher self as a concept that's coming through you, or the Holy Spirit coming through you, because a lot of what you say is totally new to you. That's a good one, isn't it? New to you. So you've got YouTube and you've got new to you, right? That's a brilliant title, isn't it? Think YouTube. All these things are inspired. I mean, you could spend your whole life, especially music and lyrics. I'm back onto that. But yes, the way that rock music, as an example, only because it's for the Western world, has been degenerated. The music is Satan. Oh dear. When I first visited the Findhorn Foundation, right, it's just it's coming in, see. There's hardly anybody there. I'm talking about the first early days. The foundation wasn't set up as it is now, and there's only a handful of people. And I must have visited there. The pottery was just been built. So it's just a wooden shack. And I actually helped build the pottery. There's a ceiling tape you put round the ceiling between the wall and the roof. My DNA is there. For those of you who have contested this, see, I'm moving in the spirit now. No, he's lying. He wasn't there. And I met this guy called Dotty, who was a monk. And I met him, and he'd done all the famous Davic drawings that I probably doesn't like to be called Dotty. He's obviously, is it William O'Crombie, I think his actual name is. But this is what he shared to me, because we had a good connection. And he wasn't on a big ego trip. And he said, oh yeah, well, just call me Dotty. Because that's how he did these drawings, right? Dots. I sure saw he is doing a drawing of a Deva as I was there and with him. And he was being humble, and well, this is what I do, so I mean, this showed me. And it's brilliant. They're beautiful drawings of Davic beings, right? And like I say, my DNA is there because this tape, I was licking. I'd run out of water and you got this brush. And so I'd licked it. So part of me is there, right? Linked clearly on a DNA level, right? And David Spangler had turned up. And I said this before, so I'm just going to throw it in. Right? Molly Johnston. Hi, Beth. I know you're trying to chat, Rule. I'm busy doing this. That shows it's live. Beth messages, but I'm doing this at the moment. I'm very sorry about it. Right. Bit of humour for you. Right. And so that's really early days. I was the youngest person there. I was a hippie, in inverted commas, exclamation mark. Or was I? Just a normal young man. And that's how we were. Mr. Caddy, of course, is all known about this, had this stereotyped vision, right? That the foundation was obviously going to be made of people, and it's clearly a class thing. I mean, it's a joke, right? Got to dress for dinner and all this sort of stuff, which of course he'd carried through from his RAF training. I believe he was a squadron, whatever. But that was ridiculous. And imagine this scene, and this happened. So I got called to see him, and I was being stripped off, literally, because I had these jeans that got patches on them. The things that hippies sort of wore, jeans that had been repaired because we didn't believe in wasting money, and we weren't. It's act opposite into appearances, hence the long hair. We weren't dirty. I was very clean. I washed every day, and especially my hair. But that's for an auric reason. Washing isn't just for physical cleansing. It's also cleansing your aura. So it's very good. I don't have to tell you guys, but to wash every day. It's, in a sense, baptizing yourself, cleansing your aura. So it obviously has a physical dimension to it. So back, I'm being told. So I'm there. This is real. Everything I say is true. That's why I mentioned a bit about the DNA. That's why I mentioned a bit about the pottery. Solid evidence can all be substantiated. Because I do believe there's been an element, again, because I'm an embarrassment. Okay. Oh no, this is part of his schizophrenic delusion. As the angels bear witness, I do not lie. Right? And this is why I've never gravitated to some people. It's just harmless fun. Wind-up merchants. And so this is why at times, because I'm innocent and take people on their value, don't immediately confront them that, look, you're lying to me, because that'd be quite heavy, wouldn't it? You're full of excrement, as an example. Do now. Right? And so you'd have these wind-up merchants. Their sense of end is pathetic in my mind and very childish. As a bit of entertainment, we're back on that theme, start talking to you and telling you things that are absolute rubbish. Oh, you know about this, do you? And that and thing, to entertain their friends observing this. And you suss eventually, Beth, and keep getting that message. Oh, it's just a repeat message, but you're obviously not doing that because you're watching this, I think. And never got into that, right? That was very common at one time. Just how people were, you get wound up. And because you were wound up, you were considered, well, it's their loss. Oh, there's a cutting word. That you were pretty stupid. Good in some ways, because it stops you from wasting your time. Oh, cutting word again. You don't feed pearls of wisdom to swine. Okay? Now, that's quite a heavy word, isn't it? No, you're going to continue to meet people that are very much, to use a concept, entrapped in the darkness. We're in the Kali Yuga. Again, it's going, most of the people here in India, they know the Kali Yuga. Other cultures use a similar term. The Aztecs have the same idea that there are ages and they're 26,000 odd years old and it's a cycle, and that's why we had the big thing of 2012 because the Aztec clock stopped. It did on one level. That comes back for you to see a circle. Don't feed pearls of wisdom to swine. So yes, on 2012 there was an amazing opportunity for those that are open and ready to receive. But the majority of humanity isn't open and wasn't ready to receive. So there wasn't any massive outburst of enlightenment, or however you conceive will happen, downpouring of light, right? Maybe on another level there was, but physically, people were still going on about their everyday business, still winding people up, get it? And still just doing what they've been doing. Back to Findhorn. So, me and Mr. Caddy, the founder of the, I'm being sarcastic, Findhorn Foundation. His wife was the founder. Rosylyn Cottage, different kettle of fish. Whoa, did I go down that road? Shall we say Mr. Caddy's interpretation of what a New Age centre should be got a little bit distorted. Even the most wise of us shall be deceived. That's not quite as it's said in the scriptures. Oh yes, don't get me wrong, the man obviously had special qualities about him. But we've all and are and have been, so I include myself in that, been deceived. Okay? The darkness still is, until we learn how to appropriately protect ourselves, we will still get wound up as a concept. We will still go off on our little ego trips because we still have a part of us that's, selfish, the ego, whatever, psychological concept you want to use, the id, the inner child, whatever, all psychological aspects of us, until we get to a definite position of rising above that, so that these sub-identities no longer affect us. I just see it simply as growing up. As a child, I spoke as a child, but now I am a man. And there's a rock lyric, I'm a man. Those of you will know, right? What was that? It's a song. I think it's just called I'm a Man. Had more to it. I think it's Spencer Davis' band, right? Getting back to music, right. Now, this instant that I'm about to talk about was recorded in the, whatever you want to call it, the recordings of the foundation. Because it is quite a dramatic, thing, and that's it. And then Dr. John, I keep quoting, it must have been in the right place but the wrong time. I was in the right place at the right time. So Spangler, David Spangler, not being respected, I've met Spangler, Mr. Spangler. Our auras a clash. I stood right next to him and did the washing up with him. Again, being a new person, there's another incident that people know, we're going right back now. David Spangler used to love doing the washing up. Now, I didn't know, or maybe I did know. I got the inspiration, go and do the washing up. Wasn't asked. We'd had a meal, and I got up and started to do the washing up. Of course, I had certain individual come up to me and given us the vibes of, well, I didn't say it, but, that's David Spangler likes to do that. But anyway, David Spangler, bless him, we shared it. We did it together. So literally, he washed the plates, handed it to me, or I might have dried it right. It was teamwork. We both did. And we joked, I love water. See, again, I love mucking about with water. I was saying, I've always done this. I love this. And I do and did. So we've met. And Mr. Spangler, remember that. Do you remember this instant at the foundation where you were there? You were channeling. This will click it. Because you say, he did lots of channeling. He's in Limitless Love and Truth. Well, he was, yeah. How about this, Mr. Spangler? And those others that witnessed it. I was sat on the floor, grooving away to Chicago. 2645, I think so. Called right. Right. But here's your twist about we all can get it wrong. He laughed. And obviously I stopped, again, in the right place at the right time, demonstrating the spirit was using me again. Because I followed the spirit. I wasn't part of the clink. My own man. An instrument for God, right? Go wherever I'm inspired to go. Be wherever I'm meant to be, right? The right place. This is Dr. John. And the right time, but a twist turned it on the head, because that's been me. I've been in the right place, mate, and the right time. Dr. John must have been in the right place, but it was the wrong time, which is true. We can miss opportunities and, you're a bit late. Something's happened, but you've just missed it. Right? So, Mr. Spangler, if you get to see this, you'll remember this. Chicago's playing 2564, right? I stopped, obviously, but later, I am called in. This is going back to this incident, see, by Mr. Caddy. Stripped down first about my clothes, which I may have got that wrong. That was a previous incident. I didn't finish that. I had to take all my jeans off and they were thrown on the compost heap. Okay? And I had to humiliatingly walk around. So I was only a young man, 16 maybe, old people's clothes with braces. Was informed I needed to cut my hair. I don't think I did. Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Almost cut my hair today. Brilliant song, but I didn't. Could have said it was getting in my way. People know the song. But I didn't. Because it talks about being paranoid because I see a policeman. So there's your persecution for smoking marijuana. Because it is made illegal, but for those of us it was a sacrament. Every day we risked being in prison for practicing our religion. Now, back on the music, being sidetracked. Check out Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, Four-Way Street. Quick run through. Carry on. This is the chorus. den 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 den, and then stop. Carry on, love. It's the early is coming to us all. Brilliant rendition. If you ever check out the live version. And I've got some idiot. Oh, there must have been some good cocaine. They were under hallucinogenic, you dipestick. And they were shaman, and they were doing the shaman's dance. So you've got 4 musicians, Neil Young, and they locked into it. And it was an incredible jam session, right? Not your average pop stars. They're shaman. And I offered them the respect they're due. They were forerunners, leaders. Yes, and people did not so much semi-worship, but they saw that. The quality and the spiritual, I'm watching the time, well, it's only half an hour, good God. Right, the lyrics that came through those guys, again, you want to check out rock music, music of the devil, we're back to Mr. Caddy, right? So this second encounter, after I ditched all my clothes and was humiliated to wear these ridiculous clothes that didn't fit me, you know, imagine a big gutster pair of trousers with braces, because that's all they had. Wasn't many young people there. They were. And that's probably why most of the people that were there have passed on. The only people that haven't are obviously David Spangler. Molly Johnson, who I went with, is obviously gone. She was an older lady then. So we're back to this, sorry. So this is a channeling of Limitless Love and Truth, and David Spangler came in and a group of people, and Chicago was playing. Now, I've got to reiterate, you'll get the point. It's in the archives, but whether it's been accredited to me, but someone reported it and had the sense to record it, seeing the symbolicness of it, right? So I'm your hippie. Okay, you want to use that word, I'm a hippie. I'm the exact opposite of Peter Caddy. I'm not into smart dress, blah, blah, blah. And that's what I said to him. Because he is channeling. I said, Peter, I'm not this hair. No, I'm not these clothes. And it was blowing me away. This man's meant to be spiritually aware. Totally into the form. Okay. But then we come to the coup de grace. After a couple of these instances, Mr. Caddy draws me in, and so I'd got rid of my clothes, you know. And this is I'm sorry, this centre's not for you. You've got to go, right? Okay. You know, bringing in that music here wasn't me. The music was already there. Now, this is a cutting word, bit. Everybody there must have known that. I say everybody. There were some slight younger people, but more in their mid-20s, right, who obviously had brought that music in. And I'd just gone through the LPs there, and of course it stood out. A couple of other LPs as well, but I particularly like that one. Didn't own up, because they knew what had happened. They would have been thrown out. You couldn't have lost faith. Doesn't matter who they were. Okay? Dotty, whoever they were. It could have been any of them. You know, even though he was a monk. We all know that many monks are westernized and like music and secretly listen to, right? So, you know, but obviously it's not made a big thing of, because certain people have frowned upon it as being the devil's music. So I am asked to leave. I was upset because I knew God had sent me there. I knew that, because it's an answer to prayer. Where do I go now? So I'd left the marijuana, see. Oh no, I wasn't smoking marijuana at Findhorn. No, that had left. That's the symbolic leaving, dropping right out and going to serve God. And the magazine that was put around at that time, Elixir Speaks. Not getting many thumbs up because this is probably not relevant. I apologise. This is not relevant to a lot of you. Might be a bit interesting, but it's what the Spirit's prompting me. So once it's got out, it's out. And it's like, that's it, you see, it's out. I'm being prompted to get all this stuff out. I'm 65. Now, this might sound a bit dramatic. Powers of darkness, and unfortunately there are such characters, they don't like bringers of light. They certainly don't like life bringers, because we're bringing the light and we're exposing the darkness. So I've been heavily prompted, inspired to get all this stuff down, get it on video and get it up on YouTube. And they'll generally reach a point where I know, well, that's it. And generally that point might be, oh, right, change tack a bit. I've got a response from the Bosnian people and I was right, quote, but that needs to change. Here's your challenge, kiddies. They can't send anything through the post from Bosnia other than paper. Now, because they're not part of the European Union, I think some of us that have got influence in that field, there you go, this is your challenge, whoever you are, we need to get that changed, okay? Cutting wood, right? So the Bosnian government, rightly or wrongly, we do know there was a bit of a wars going on there. So we could say, Mr. Wilcox flashes in, that these people, the Bosnian government, are a wee bit dark. Could you tell me the justification of that? Okay, it's an old rule and you can't say, well, it's just because of the Bosnian pyramid water. But it does sound a bit antiquated, doesn't it? You can only send paper in the post from Bosnia. Whoa, that needs to be changed. And now I've got the reason. So it's not them, I apologise on some kind of trip, right? The first guy, it was broken English. We can't send it, or don't. Yeah, I think you use that word. See, not can't. We don't. See, there's a big difference between don't and can't, right? We don't send it through the post, was my initial response. It's obviously, bless him, a foreign studenty person, didn't speak good English, right? Instead of saying we can't, we don't send it, which could mean to me, right, it's the government in Bosnia that needs looking at. They're not part of the European Union, and for some reason, why? Maybe I've got to send one of my video links to the Bosnian government. Not as if that'd be enough, but it sowed a seed. Why can't materials other than paper be sent in the post? Are you aware of the immense healing? Because the president has visited the Bosnian pyramids and has, of course, given it the thumbs up. Great for tourism. great for the country. Well, this is to you, sir, and I'm being polite, but I will, when this is done now and uploaded to YouTube, there'll be a clear mention in the title to the Bosnian, I find it was the present or what. Those rules need to be changed. We're talking about planetary healing. We are talking about the water under the Bosnian pyramids has immense potential to heal the planet. And it's all our planet, whether you're Bosnian, blinking, German, French, whatever you are, nationality, Indian. It's our planet. And our planet is crying out to be healed. And we, the joke again, have been given the technology, which is pyramids, and the water under any pyramid is transmuted directly by the Earth's energy. Well, I know all about this in Bosnia because the scientists have demonstrated this. Right, with measuring instruments, energy, magnetic energy, ionic energy, various names for it is clearly being an A is, plural, whatever, drawn up by a pyramid. And anything put under a pyramid is purified, including the water that runs under it. And if it's been there for 70,000 years, this is just for those of you who are mindy, scientifically orientated, which is great. Well, I do think there perhaps is something in there. If it's been there 30,000 years, even on a physical level, water as a solvent has dissolved and does dissolve everything. Diamonds, silver, gold, whatever. And all of those constituents of the earth have been impregnated into the water. I would, prophesy, if Bosnian pyramid water was completely analysed, so the most up-to-date research facilities available, you might find it's just a conjecture. There are materials in there that no longer exist. And as for if it's investigated etherically, meaning the energy field given off by the Bosnian pyramid water, not a chemical constituent, everything you guys done has an aura, an energy field surrounding it. That would blow a few minds as clear evidence that, yeah, this water is special. So we go round the circle again. If it is on an unconscious level, because of what has gone on in Bosnia, the wars and that, yes, there clearly is powers of darkness behind this, whether it's just through out and out ignorance. Another word for ignorance is lacking the light. They're cut off from the light. Because if they're influenced by the light, there'd be no restrictions whatsoever what you could post out in Bosnia. See what it's doing on right. If only people that didn't finish that, you will have to come and visit. Well, that's a nonsense. I mean, I could go there. I'll put that to my pendulum. Go, right, the old axiom. Well, if they're not going to do it, I can do it. Many ways to skin a cat. Yes, on principle, and I feel obviously that has to happen, that the Bosnian pyramid water must get out to the people and to the planet. Right? We'll just make that as like a mantra. But if I've got to set the example, I will damn well, get on a plane and I will get a 500 ml sample and I will stick it under my pyramid here. And by the powers invested in me and the powers available to me, I will call down the angelic kingdom. Okay? And all that water under my pyramid, which clearly is, yeah, bring your instruments on. Where I live, it's to blow you away, or some of you. Do you remember all the brilliant stories about there's a descendant of Jesus, right? And it's portrayed as a woman. And she goes to this certain chapel, which is just down the road, Rosylyn. Okay, you with it now? Rosylyn Chapel. Guess what the name of my cottage is? And I didn't name it. This is the right place and the right time. The circumstances between me buying this cottage are mind-blogging. This cottage was involved in a flood. Okay? Been totally purified and washed in water. It was in a flood. Whole sections of the cottage are brand new. My whole kitchen had to be rebuilt. Consequently, the cost of this cottage, and even then I've been here nearly 20 years, but even so, £30,000. Okay. Now, you wouldn't get a blinking wooden shack for that. And because it had been involved in a flood, okay, you couldn't get a mortgage. Okay. My mother passed on and I came into an inheritance. Guess how much? £40,000. So it's half. My father took half. Right. It's the house I was brought up in. 2 Belmont Close, Stubbington. And that's a special house, obviously. My brother used to turn on in the upstairs loft of 2 Belmont Close, Stubbington. Very special place. And I've seen it from the outside. The owner is obviously quite a wealthy man. He's got satellite TV, because my father didn't rip him off and sold it at a very fair price. And I believe it is bought cash as well. But 2 Belmont Close, Stubbington, was where I was brought up, where my brother, David Clark, who did believe and practice that marijuana was a sacred herb, used to turn on. And the people who now know who I am. My name then, that's what's confused a few folk, but again, that's all the reason, was Jack Clark. That's right. All through my school days, right from my early days in school, we had to go through this name, register thing, right? Right. We want to know everybody's middle name. Now, my father was a working class man, although his name was Jack. Unusual. It's not John, although people abbreviate it to John. We're going, oh, I'm being prompted. My grandmother, so it's very easy for me to do a genetic thing, had a biblical surname. I've done it a couple of times. So I've got Jack Clark, my father, which again, it's easy to eliminate. And I've got his birth certificate. But then his mother, I think it's Kamaya or something, a name straight out of the Bible. So I've come from a very religious stream. We're going to coup de grace in it, don't we? We are going to go round the circle. Right. So it's there. You can't change that. That's your destiny. That's your roots. That's your thing. Clark means priest. We go into the Scottish thing, which I've done, and go to Culloden. The Clark clan, okay, The Clark clan were priests. They didn't carry weapons into war. They were at Culloden. All these people that have given me the Sassenach, I'm more Scottish than most of the cutting word dipsticks around here. Here's a proof. They wouldn't know Christ if he was staring them in the face. I spoke my story a bit. This has been said at the Findhorn Foundation a few times. I'm sure that went on record. Oh, he's very deluded. He thinks he's Jesus. Right. He once said that to the person who ran the Phoenix shop publicly. And he once got drunk on whiskey. Don't drink whiskey. Again, it was used. Well, no, I've got to. Well, this is coming out. It's got us. Because once this is all out, I'm safe. It's on record. All of it can be checked. Right? So I'm outside the Phoenix shop. I'd just been given a month's notice to move. And the story behind that was I'd given some rich, influential person, which I was asked to do, a tarot card reading. Now, they remember that. I did a Peter Caddy on them because it is in the cards. Oh, no, this centre's not for you, because I'd had it done to me, so I knew how to say this. Well, did I? But anyway. Oh, no, this centre's not for you. Of course, they didn't like that. The next thing you know, I'm fired from Cluny Hill, because that's where I was working and that's where the reading was done. So the Findhorn Foundation members will remember that. I didn't know who they were. I could just sense they're rich and wealthy by the way they're addressed. But we reiterate, I was asked. I didn't lay that on them. I didn't hustle them. Oh, excuse me, would you like a tarot card reading? That'd be 30 quid. The members of the foundation, because it had got around that I was very good at tarot card readings, which I was taught by my friend, Elaine Dowsett. If you ever get to see this, Elaine, Biffy. I know you went to Sammy Ling. And I did go up there and I had contact. That's why I went and got Tibetan Buddhist taking refuge, actually. My part of me went there to see if you were there. But I don't think you were. I put it out. In fact, I even put it in my letter as I applied to take refuge. No, I've got no one by it, because I knew a real name. I say a real name, Elaine Dowsett. Anyway, this is all coming out. It's all my past. These are all people that have met me, know me. Oh, yeah, she knew that I wasn't the idiot that a lot of people portrayed. I remember she even stood up for me. Said, don't talk to him like that, quote. He's not an idiot. Oh, yeah, the amount of people that have talked down to me. Oh, hello, Graham. You believe in such and such, and weren't you a fundamental Christian? Okay. Well, all right. Yes, I am a follower of Christ. What's wrong with that? You got a problem with that? Cutting word coming through. Anyway, we got to finish this. It's 8 o'clock. Yeah, I can hear the radio on. It's 3 minutes past 8. I will keep to my word. Yeah, we're still under the magic hour. It's 54 minutes, so I will conclude. Okay, I started off with saying I give them an address where I was brought up as a child, Stubbington. given the reason that a lot of people have been confused, because I was known all through my, then from that day on, oh, that's it, Jack Stuck became a big joke. And so I called myself Jack. Well, everyone else called me Jack. This is in Stubbington in the infant school, right? And then all through my adolescent years, Jack Clark. So I am Jack Clark, the brother of Dave Clark, that came from Stubbington and was the distributor of sacraments for the whole of the south of England. South Sea, Gosport, Portsmouth, Fareham, right, who was hounded by the drug squad, who did get admitted to a psychiatric hospital, whose friends did desert him, and who did commit suicide. Got it? And that was in the papers. Why? Because he did it in the grounds of the hospital. Big stink. And he did leave a suicide note, which I didn't get to see, but I can imagine the sort of material that was in that. Well, they won't let me practice my religion, which was exactly what was happening. His religion was to take a sacrament, marijuana, and he is being hounded and then ended up in a psychiatric hospital, being put, he used to smoke in the hospitals. This is your heaviness. Right, heavy. It's not so much cutting, heavy. He stood his ground. No, this marijuana is the only medicine I need. I don't want your synthetic drugs. He was a big man. The nurses weren't that dedicated, so they, well, not dedicated, but weren't going to physically, stop him. And a few people did come in and they'd turn on together, right? Not a lot. He was discharged. Okay. Rather like the refugees, we've got to go back into the world. And what sort of future has he got? Where the police would stop him, he'd persecute, whatever. No life. Hence, when I did go to see him and he shared this, he indicated he was going to commit suicide. The only thing I could offer and say to him was, well, look, come to Spain with me. If you really feel all your friends are a load of excrement and thing and you want a new life, come with me on the road. I'm going to Spain, which is what I did. Well, I won't go over that, but that's all been on other videos anyway. So when he committed suicide, it was in the grounds of the hospital, and he put a pipe from his car exhaust, very methodical, right, and was discovered in the morning. I could say a friend, just got him some Mandrex, which was to help knock him out, right? And he'd obviously shared, I'm going to do this, but for some reason the friend, he's like Judas, isn't it? Gave him the means to do it. Now, one could look at that and say, you don't do that. If someone's in a disturbed state of mind and threatening to kill themselves, you don't go and buy them a gun. Yeah, mate. Get on and do it now. Or maybe you do. Each person's karma, and that person knows who he is, bless him, and there's other things that happen with that. I obviously disowned them. I went on a bus trip. They remember that. And it was New Year's Eve, and we were getting a bit too rowdy. Not me, but the bus driver went to about 6 different pubs, all in the New Forest area, posh pubs, but of course, people, there was fights because we weren't dressed appropriately, and one guy used to wear a really falling to bits Afghan coat. But he stood his ground, very sensitive. Someone even indicated, looked at what he'd challenge him. Yeah, you got a problem, mate. Needless to say, it soon got the fisticuffs because we were outnumbered. But that was the sort of heads we were. We didn't take any. No, I didn't. I was a good boy. I stood my ground. I'm over an hour, right? And certainly would have defended myself. So I'm not a coward atheist, no coward pacifist. I did stand up to a group of idiots in a pub once on my own to protect a lady I was with's honour. They were drunk and due. Well, love, what you doing with him? Do you want a real man? Whoa. What all right alcohol for you. I stood up. She stood in and swore. Who the fuck do you think you're talking to like that? Okay, top of my voice. Karen legged it out. Jack, see, there comes Faxi. Oh, quick, Jack's in trouble, because they were outside skinning up. We didn't obviously go in pubs and smoke because it'd cause thing, and the publican could have been busted. So we respected that. We'd sit outside or in the tables. Very famous pub, just on the end of Leon Solent, as you're coming back to Stubbington. Well known, right on the coast. Big posh place, big garden, loads of seats, chairs and whatever you could sit outside. And that was our haunt in the summer. Our local, right? So the publican was okay. We'd buy quite a bit of beer. Someone would come in with a tray. And with this case, Karen was hungry. Munchies. Really wanted to eat a meal. And so her boyfriend said to her, oh, look, can you just take Karen in the pub, please? Oh, all right. I didn't have anything to eat, but whatever. She offered, but I didn't. And anyway, back. We will finish, but this is what happens. I get to sing, but it's got to be done. It's my past. And it's all going to be put on record and on video. And who knows, being there, I could be bumped off tomorrow. But if I get this stuff out and the message gets out, and the pyramid water is released from Bosnia, because certain people are in that position, and that the president of Bosnia, if he is the president, not sure, but he's been there and he knows, reconsiders the ruling that you can't send any water or anything through the post because they're not part of the European Union. Thanks. Nice to do that, by the way. I'll throw that in. If I say anything you like and agree with, yeah, do. I see it, as you know, because this is live. Little thumbs come up. And if you really hit home, little hearts will come up. But for the impetus for the person doing this, me, clear demonstration that the magic number of 2 or 3 is happening. I realise for a lot of people, I've done all this stuff about Findhorn, and none of you guys probably know about Findhorn, or if you do, you're not really bothered, right? Because you're from India, bless your hearts. Oh yeah, there's one little, Veth. She knows she is. Is she there? V-E-T-H. There's a guy with Chinese letters, so obviously there's 1, 2, 3, about 5 Swamis. So I seem to have, great. Just witness, doesn't matter if you don't even understand English, okay? You're witnessing it. You're part of it. Your guides and helpers and spirit guides and helpers, your guardian angel, might have even prodded you to come here, is part of this. And this won't just stop here. Take this away. There you are, and join you. You don't agree with what I've said. think it's probably a bit off key, share it. There's your channel. This will be bunged on YouTube, right? Go on YouTube, watch it on your telly. There you are. There's a challenge for some of you. Get a few of your mates down where you can legally turn on, okay? And then watch this. You'll see and suss, this guy's telling the truth. But you'll know that from within. That's what marijuana and psychedelics can do. My aura. That's what I did. I did this number, I took my shirt off, right? Because the aura of the person is obviously coloured, configured by whatever clothes you wear. But if you take your clothes off, it's a sure you'll see most genuine spiritual teachers. I'm going to do it now for a second, but it's not, I'm not naked. Now, what do you see? You see my tattoos, right? Again, they influence your aura. People who understand this, who wear tattoos and understand tattoos, know that it's your stamp, it's your mark, but it also affects your aura. They're the only two tattoos I've gone. I've been prompted to do that again. It's only the top, although it might appear I'm naked, I'm not. Right. Legalise it. A marijuana leaf, the Yom symbol, given me in Thailand. The only other tattoo I've got, because it's cameras, the Thai Royal Police tattoo. Very ancient tattoo. I particularly asked for this. I said, no, I want a real, genuine, traditional tattoo. None of this Mickey Mouse stuff, you know, something that carries power. The King of Thailand is accredited with being a reincarnation of a spiritual being. That's why if you go to Thailand, you don't disrespect the king. You can see his picture up and all the rest, because they see that he's a reincarnation and that he does do what a proper king is meant to do. Oh, we're going to finally get to the end of this, right? The early kings were anointed. And in Scotland, we're now going to, right? Arbroath Abbey. The Stone of Destiny was once borrowed and hidden or put in Arbroath Abbey. Guess where this individual incarnated? Again, I'm having a go at all these people that say I'm a Sassenach. Arbroath, the place of ancient Scottish kings. Guess what the name, some of you would have guessed, of my house, which I bought, which was named before me. So I haven't given it the name, but it's obviously meant to be me. Like I say, it's very cheap. I shared that. I just inherited 40,000. It was 30,000, and I could pay cash. But a lot of people won't want to buy a house anyway. It's a small cottage that has been involved in a flood, although it's as sound as anything, right? Rosylyn Cottage, and that's registered in the post office. It is also a number, like, well, you can know, 6 St Andrews Road, and anyone who knows about numerology, 6, right? Lhanbryde. The Lhanbryde special, it's actually a Welsh name. Lhanbryde. Not Scottish, Welsh. Okay. So this is God sent to you. Obviously, this is very hard for one's ego not to get on it, but it has, because anyone can see for me, I'm well grounded. I couldn't care if I was King Kong. And who I may have been or are in a past life, yes, that is my destiny and my thing, but it's what I'm doing now that matters. And now I'm trying to get Bosnian pyramid water released and available to anybody that might want to use it for planetary healing. So again, this is going to be whacked up on YouTube. I will encrypt that in the title someday. It'll be, people want to see it. It's today's date. Just have today's date, Wednesday, the 1st of August, and the time it was started, roughly. And that'll be it. And it'll be whacked up onto YouTube, made available. Email address given, can whack that in on the end. Any contest, any feedback, more than welcome. Ghampa, ghampa77 at gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you. Anybody who can help facilitate me getting hold of some Bosnian pyramid water, I will be eternally grateful. And I'm going to, I've already had a very interesting response from the Bosnian International Committee informing, like I said, that it's the Bosnian system or the country that has put these restrictions on, no mail. And that's probably to do with the war. But we need to get over that. Right. And yes, there was a lot of naughtiness going on in Bosnia, but it's also a very sacred place. And your destiny is to be instrumental in the restoration and the healing of this planet. So there's your prophetic word. Put that to your priests and meditate on it. Whatever religion's there, I appeal to you. The Christian church, the Islamic church, whatever. Here's your challenge. However you pray, go before your higher power, your higher source, your interpretation of what God is, whatever, it just names. What significance has the Bosnian pyramids, and more particularly the Bosnian pyramid water, got? Should we be helping to get it distributed all around the world? And however you end your prayer, whatever. And see what response you get. Anyway, it's 8 o'clock, 8:20 here in Bonnie, Scotland. I'm going to go and get a shower because I've got my shower fixed. I've been having strip washes. And this will be whacked up on YouTube. And for those of you that joined me actually in the live context, great. Whatever, even if you touched in for 5 minutes, I'm going to have a shower. And then if people have made friend requests and all the things, I've got Veth, interesting name that, Veth joined, right? One of the few women, as far as I can see, but well done. And I will get back to you. Bye.